Welcome back. Episode 3, Against the Spread. This time I'm joined again by Holton and Timmy and Joshua, and this time we have Derek all the way over on the left. He's going to be our special extra person because last week it was Connor. This week you get to be here with us. So,
I've
first
been
off,
requesting for
you want to be on this for weeks? Yeah, now you get to be on this.
yeah.
And perfect timing because you get to talk about the games that just happened this past weekend. So, first off,
hmm
first game we're going to talk about, it's Texas and Ohio State. Low scoring
Which
game.
I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, go ahead. Low scoring game, 14-7. Lots of defense. Thoughts
Yeah,
on
Just as
thoughts
I
on
predicted.
thoughts on number 1 versus number 3 this past weekend.
I mean, there's really not much to really be, I don't know, like enthralled by, other than if I remember right, Matt Patricia is the defensive coordinator for Ohio, right?
Yes, Matt Patricia is the new defensive coordinator for Ohio State.
Yeah, you
That's a
go from
horrible hire.
No,
no,
it wasn't. He
you
did
gotta
really
think about
good.
it like this. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah, I'm
think about it
kidding.
like this. He goes from having to worry about stopping the run in college football to stopping the pass because that's what the NFL is, stopping the pass. More than anything else. He's played with the best QB in the NFL, even though I don't consider him the GOAT, but he's definitely the best in recent memory. With Thomas Patrick Edward Brady Jr.
Segue.
And then, you go from playing on the Patriots, which is known for having a defensive scheme, a defensive mind in general, to then going to, the Lions where he sucked, of course, to then going back to the Patriots and then going down to OSU.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, given the fact that like he's from a very what's the word like he's from a good lineage of coaches.
Oh wait, coaching
Like
tree.
his background is Belichick, so I'm not surprised that you know Arch really struggled.
No, I'm not either.
Like I wouldn't I would be surprised if Arch did really really great, considering the fact that like he just played against what he'll eventually get to if he can get there, a pro style defense where you go from looking at, oh, this is too high, to, oh crap, they're rolling actually to one, and the guy that was up at top is going down to the flats. He's screaming down there, where the heck's that guy at? I think also towards the end, especially, his team kind of let him down. That one wide receiver, I don't remember his name.
Is it number
My
1?
coaches, I don't remember what jersey he wore, but I remember he was going across Arch's right, like going from the left to the right side of the field, and he tried to catch the ball one handed.
Oh, Wingo.
I remember. Yeah, my coach
Yeah, it
was
was Wingo.
told me put two hands on the ball. You don't put one hand on the ball. If you can put one hand on it, get two on there. Secure the catch, especially in that moment.
Yeah, Brian
Because you see
Wingo.
later on, yeah, you see later on that catch ended up biting them in the butt. So
I would
really
say
set drop.
yeah, Arch may have struggled, but I don't think he's going to struggle the rest of the year.
Yeah.
It was his first ever start on the road, and having to start in
hmm
front of 112,000 people is
Exactly.
not easy, especially against
It's not
the
easy.
defending national champions.
Like what's their schedule look like?
Texas, they'll be fine. They're 100%. They got a couple weeks to get ready before the SEC play, and
Yeah.
then their SEC schedule is not
Oh
like
yeah.
terrible until like Georgia. So
Yeah, they're chilling. I wouldn't be worried.
they'll be completely fine. Like Arch should be
Mhm.
he'll be fine. It's just that was a tough game, and he looked rough
Oh
until
yeah.
about the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, you could tell he finally was like, "Oh, I know what I'm doing now. Like
Yeah.
I figured it out." And it's just a little too late at that point.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, yeah, honestly, like when the game started, you could tell Arch was a little bit skittish. It's nothing on him. I mean, the pressure of your first road start as um well, he's a sophomore this year, right? So like
Yes,
he's never started a game in the college level before, let alone he started on the road in the horseshoe of all places, one of the most hostile environments in the nation. He took his first start there. And
it was his third start overall, but it's his first on the road.
yeah,
He never
his
played a
first road start, yeah.
big opponent like that. It was like
hmm
it was Louisiana
Yeah.
Monroe and
It's
UTSA, and that was it.
I
So
was gonna say, yeah, those two games, like, those are like what, Sun Belt, Conference USA, or are they in the American
American,
now? They're in the USA. Yeah, they're in America now. Okay. So it's just like you're playing teams from lesser conferences,
Mhm.
but you're starting the year against the defending national champs on the road. I
Which is
mean,
a huge
naturally, if I were in Arch Manning's shoes, I would be skittish as crap too. Because I mean,
like
it's Ohio
what happened,
State. You know,
which is like not only are they the defensive, like or the not defensive defending champs, is knowing that you're playing against Matt Patricia.
So the coaching matchup in that with Sarkisian and Patricia going at each
Hmm.
other on offense and defense was like that was why it was so good because
Exactly.
Sarkisian had to figure out how to stop his defense, and then his defense's entire point was I'm going to make Sarkisian's trickery and everything not work.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So I'll
it's,
say Texas as a whole really kind of underperformed. Um, and it's like I said, it's nothing on Arch. I would be crapping the bed if I was starting on the road against Ohio State in week 1 as well. But
it was
you
nothing
know,
on
it's
anyone
just
really. It was just
yeah,
out
just
coached, outplayed. None really much you can do. Ohio State was the better team. That's about it.
Yeah.
first came jitters. I would like to say that I think them starting number 1 also put a lot of pressure as well.
It's also
It's
Considering
because
like, you know,
there are like two reasons why. Because one is Arch Manning,
Manning.
and two, Manning. When you hear the
yeah,
name Manning, you think of Peyton and Eli. What have they done and accomplished? And even their grandfather played in the pros. Both of Manning brothers got rings, like and have set records and have like entrenched themselves in quote unquote football Hall of Fame without. If I remember right, they haven't made it in yet. But without
I
no, I
think
think
Peyton did.
Peyton just got in. Yeah,
because I
Peyton.
think Peyton's a Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know the heritage that comes with that is it's like the Watt family. You know, when you think of JJ Watt, you think of TJ Watt and vice versa, but you don't think of Derek Watt.
I was about to say, poor Derek, dude. Poor man.
But yeah, I
But
mean, Manning pressure number one Heisman favorite listed on betting map.
mhm.
So like he had so much on. He has a lot on his shoulders this year. He'll get the hang of it. He did get the hang of it in the fourth quarter. He
Plus,
looked much better. But
plus supposedly being, and I don't mean to cut you off, plus supposedly being the best QB in this class.
supposedly, we're gonna see. And then let's speak about the other QB on the other side, Julian Sayin. That was his first start ever. Like
He looked dang good
He
though.
looked good.
he had never started
He
before.
looked good. I won't lie, he looked good.
Julian Sayin.
If Jeremiah
It
if
helps
Jeremiah didn't
that
have
you
those two
have
early blocks, man,
Yeah, it helps that you have probably the best wide receiver core in the country to throw to.
yeah,
But even with that, Texas's defense is outstanding, and he did not look frightened at all. He was not rattled. He was sitting in the pocket making the throws he's supposed to. Saying looked really nice. Ohio State has the ability and the talent to go back to back, especially with how
I definitely think
with how their defense looked. They have the ability and the talent to go back. Like
yeah.
I definitely think Sayan can make an argument for the Heisman as well if he keeps playing like he did
eh,
week 1.
they won't. They
Oh, I
usually
don't
don't
know.
for a freshman, but
Maybe not a freshman, but like
they usually don't.
definitely a
There's a
favorite
couple
going into next year for sure.
next year.
Wait a
Yes,
minute. Wait, bro was a freshman?
he's a redshirt
Yup.
freshman.
A redshirt freshman. Okay. You guys had me in the first. I was
No,
like,
no,
I
geez.
think he
he's not.
transferred from Alabama,
He did.
right?
He
He's a
did.
Bama transfer. He transferred last season and redshirted.
Mm,
Other games.
wait,
I'm gonna save the other one. So we're gonna Clemson and LSU night game chess match between two of the best rosters in college football. I was actually surprised by how good LSU's defense looked because LSU's defense is
Stalker.
never that hasn't been that good in a long time.
aside on the offensive ball, yeah. Like go to LSU with the exception of like I think Patrick Queen. It's been a while
Yes,
since you had a
Harold
stud on
Perkins.
defense.
Harold Perkins, their linebacker, was in K Klubnik's space
Mhm.
almost every single drive.
Yep.
The literal matchup was LSU's offensive line. All of them are brand new. None of them have played together before. And Clemson's defensive line, they're all coming back. They're going to tear them apart. It was completely opposite. LSU's defense like tore apart Clemson's offensive line. It the entire script was flipped. It was 17-10. Clemson looked really good in the first half, and then the second half, LSU just outcoached them. And like that's a first for Brian Kelly, honestly. But I yeah, that's a big win for BK.
Yeah, that's the first time BK has really like delivered in a big game like that. 100%. Just
It's an outstanding win.
I
For
didn't get to
Brian
catch
Kelly.
much of that game. Yeah, it was a clinic for sure. They were on Klubnik like hot dogs on a grill in that game. Like it was
White on rice.
that.
So I say I've never heard hot dogs on a grill till now.
That's. I mean, they were in his face the whole game, and man, it was entertaining. Tiger fight, not Death Valley. Well,
Death
yeah,
Valley
Death Valley
Jr.
Junior.
ended up losing.
Death
So
Valley Junior. Yep.
Clemson will be fine. They're still
Yeah.
honestly the best team in the ACC. They just ran into a stacked roster that I didn't think would do as good as they did. They looked really good to get together. And I mean 7-point loss.
Probably run the SEC this year.
They could.
Yeah.
They're one of the better teams in the SEC if they continue to play like that. The question is, will their defense stay as consistent as it was in that game? Because that has been the question for the last 3 years under Brian Kelly. Now,
Don't remind me they were the best ACC team. I'm a Virginia fan. I'm sad.
well, Virginia clobbered Coastal, which I honestly didn't think they'd win by that much. So that was insanity. I'm gonna.
Coastal hasn't been that great in like 3
What
or
if
4
what if I
years at
just
this
played?
point,
What
to be
if
fair.
we play the War Chant? What if I play this?
Oh,
Don't you dare.
Do it. Do it to him. Do it to him. Do it.
I-
No,
I-
be careful. I don't think he heard it.
I'm
I
gonna do
got
it.
Instagram live game for a month for playing Hockey
I'm gonna
Talk, so
do
be
it.
careful.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You'll get
I'm gonna
copyrighted.
do it.
You'll get copyrighted.
No.
That's fine. I'll do it. Da, 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 da,
No, Holden's gone. He's done. He can't. He doesn't want to deal with it. He doesn't. He'll come back. Don't worry. He'll come.
I hate you, Taylor.
Have you guys
sorry,
listened to a guy with 152 yards? That is actually crazy.
I hate you, Taylor.
Okay. Bama, Florida State. Tommy
Let me go
Cassiano.
first on this one.
Shut up for a second. Tommy Cassiano during preseason said they don't have Saban anymore to save them. He was not wrong. Bama was a 14-point favorite and ended up losing by 14. This is the fourth time in 14 games that Kalen DeBoer has lost to an unranked opponent.
Yep.
It took Nick Saban 127 games to lose 4 times to an unranked opponent. That is all you need to know.
He's only done it 4 times in his entire career.
Exactly. And DeBoer is 14 games into his Bama career, and he's already lost 4 times. For context, Brian Harsin at Auburn lost 4 times to unranked teams in 21 games. DeBoer did it in 14 with a better team.
He lost to Vandy.
That is a horrendous look for a program.
If you lose to Vandy, you just suck. Okay.
That's a horrendous.
Right,
It's a horrendous look for a program as prestigious as Alabama to have Potato Man at Auburn with a horrendous roster lose 4 times to unranked teams in 21 games, but your coach loses 4 times in 14. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with Bama? Like, what are you supposed to do?
He's too soft as a coach. He's the team looks soft. DeBoer is soft. Every time I saw that man on the sidelines, he was way too calm. He was standing there looking up at the sun every time the camera showed on him. There was defensive players that were practically jogging the
They
entire
did. Okay,
game.
I saw
No
that.
effort whatsoever.
There was one.
It's like this is
The second touchdown of the game. The second touchdown of the game where number 19 for Florida State like took off and on the sideline, track guy. There was a linebacker that literally I was watching him. He's just sitting there doing this. Just taking his time to chase the guy down. Didn't even care. But I was saying that DeBoer, this is what he said about the defense not being prepared for Florida State. He said, I thought we did a good job preparing. I thought the guys had a great week. You just got to translate the numbers you see on the football field that were in different jerseys is now who is on in a Florida State uniform. So he thought they did fine preparing for this game. He thought that they had a great week in practice. He just said they didn't translate. Where does that lie at? If you didn't translate over, then why? That falls on you. That is on the coach. And then Kate Womack, Kate Womack, 3 words
that's a
about
name I hate.
3 words, 3 words about his defense. He said timid, hesitant, on our heels. That is what he said about the defense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now I will let both
Probably.
of you go off on your own team.
All right, so the softest, most undisciplined, most poor-looking Alabama defense I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, not even last year was this bad. When you have someone like Florida State's, like Jordan Travis 2.0 over there, like being able to run as free as he could, the angles of their tackles were horrendous. All right. I'm going to rip the defense apart, and then I'm going to get to the offense because, ooh, boy, I have a bone to pick with Ryan Williams for crying out loud. But let me tell you what.
Oh, he's the best wide receiver.
I never said he was. I thought he could be good, but I don't know what happened to him, but I'm not there yet. Let me finish slandering my own team's defense because they suck. I get we have starters out. But if you're going to jog trying to tackle somebody, I'm kicking you off the team. I'm leaving your butt in Tallahassee, dog. You're staying in Tallahassee.
That's your best wide receiver, too.
I'm not talking about Ryan Williams right now. I'm talking about the defense.
Mm.
Now, let's get to the offense. Ty Simpson.
I'm here for this. I'm so here for this. Come on. Come on. Do it. Come on.
Ty Simpson had his moments. He was good, but he wasn't great. But he had moments that made Jalen Milroe look like a stud. Right?
Also didn't look
like
that's not saying much.
It was his first start, like ever, on the road in Doak Campbell Stadium. Understandable.
It was so loud in that stadium too. That was insanity.
He wasn't the problem. I would not put that on Ty Simpson at all.
No,
because he had his moments. He had great moments, but he had good moments. I mean, he wasn't great, but he was a breath of fresh air after having Milroe for 2 years. The receiving core, Jeremy Bernard was the only one that showed up.
Yeah. That was the guy. What number did he wear?
5. He was 5.
Jeremy Bernard was really, really, really good that game. He helped Simpson out. He did what he was supposed to. But
yeah, that's the only guy that screamed off my chart of that guy's nice.
Ryan Williams.
Look,
what happened? What happened to you?
Look like
wide open. All right, hits him in the hands and he drops it.
TikTok dancer. That's all he is.
It's
because he's not 17 no more. They can't use the. He's only 17 years old.
He would probably be flipping burgers at McDonald's if he hadn't done a little spinny spin he did against Georgia last year.
If he didn't have that Georgia game, he would not be as popular as he is. Because honestly, at the end of the year, he fell off a cliff. After that Vanderbilt game, he did nothing. So, he's not as good as people make him, the media makes him out to be. And fans have said that for a long time. Actual college football fans have said that for a long time. He is not as good as people make him out to be.
Last bit of Alabama slander out of me, and then I'll give it to Holton because I want to hear what this man has to say because I hope he's as mad as I am about this because this was pathetic. So, okay. Offensive line, 6 penalties, 50 yards.
Caden Proctor, a supposed top 5 pick at O line in this year's draft, gave up 6 quarterback pressures, which is the most in his entire career as a 5th-year senior.
To close off
They
my
had a
point,
guy a few years ago named J.C. Latham.
love that guy.
To be fair, though,
He's
they
not
were
coming back.
stunts.
He's happy now.
They run a lot of stunts on him. I'm not gonna lie. Dealing with that as
To
an offensive,
close,
I would say F
my
is
bad.
close. And then I'll let Holden go off, and then I'm going to talk about Florida State because they look really good, and I got
Like,
stuff about them.
to close, just lack of discipline all over again. No effort whatsoever. The softest Alabama team in a long time. And if we play like that against Louisiana Monroe next week, and we lose to Louisiana Monroe,
you guys won't.
You won't lose to
I
them
am
again.
done with this season.
You're not going to lose to them again.
It'd be funny.
It
You'd
would
be
be.
surprised.
It'd be
We lost.
hilarious.
We lost to freaking Vanderbilt last year. We lost to Oklahoma last year.
They had
I'm
running.
not.
Look. You know what I've noticed? Running quarterbacks kill you.
Yep.
They always
I mentioned that
have.
in the last episode. Alabama struggles with mobile quarterbacks. Tommy
Tommy
is a freak.
Tommy
He's a freak.
Castellanos.
Or,
Tommy Castellanos.
Yep.
let me talk
Jackson
about the
Arnold.
quarterback in Redwall.
What?
Ira
You want to talk
Brown
about
for crying
quarterbacks?
out loud.
I'll let you. Yeah. Byron Brown. What was your other loss? Your other loss is Vandy. Pavia. He can run. There's your other one. Like all of them. It's just ugh.
Well, they lost to a bad
Johnny
quarterback last year,
Manziel.
too.
They lost to Nico last year. How do you do that? Nico threw for 100 yards on UCLA. He looked awful.
We
Nico,
should
I'm
have
gonna
went
leave
2
you.
and 10 wins to Kentucky and Vanderbilt, and that's it, because those we're going to win those for the next 100 years. Okay.
You look terrible. All right. Holden, Bama, what do you got about your own team?
Oh no, I don't even know where to start. I'm just at this point. I'm just accepting the reality that Alabama is no longer the same. The dynasty is dead, and Bama fans need to understand that Nick Saban is no longer there. This is a different team. The culture. It is not what Bama fans grew up. These spoiled Bama fans who are, I think, we're sending death threats to Ty Senton, but it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
People,
But
fans take it so far.
I'm gonna start with Tyson. And Tyson did not do bad. The loss was not on him. Um, there's some good things and bad things. The bad thing I want to talk about is when he didn't run for the first down and he threw the ball and it was an incomplete pass. That probably could have changed a lot of momentum in that game.
I
At
think
that moment, that could have been.
That was the play that could have
I
changed the
think
game.
I sat there and looked at the TV like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I didn't say a
Scream.
word. I just looked. I didn't even scream. I just looked in
And then
disappointment.
he missed that pass. He had the pass too. Like he had that option. He just completely whiffed it. And he was so indecisive. That's what it was.
Josh were watching that, and I remember
It-
going, "Why did he not run the ball?"
If Jalen Milroe's in that situation, Jalen Milroe gets that first down by for the first down because he's a runner.
If Milroe's in that situation, Florida State's running a QB spy. You ain't getting it anyway.
Yeah.
Probably.
True.
But the O line, like the run, when it came to run blocking, I think you said they hired a defensive coordinator in Florida State he was like really good.
Oh,
stopping the run.
Tony White, Nebraska. He was from Nebraska. Tony White had Nebraska in top 15 in run defense last year and top 10 in points allowed.
That the run block for the O line was really disappointing because they could not really run the ball. You know, like maybe the first drive they looked good. But speaking of the first drive, Alabama looked really good in the first drive. They scored on the first drive. After that, they just completely fell off on offense for the most of the game until they made some plays. Now, Ryan Williams, I'm gonna say it. He is not the best receiver on Alabama. I think maybe it's because their defense was focusing on Ryan Williams because they're expecting that they're going to throw to Ryan Williams, and they're just going, wait, we just forgot Jeremy Bernard. I really think Jeremy Bernard is really underrated, and he's probably better than Ryan Williams, and he has more experience.
It doesn't help that Horton was out the whole game too.
That too. Yeah, we didn't.
Didn't have your starting
Horton didn't
running
get.
back, so you can't really have a run game. You go against
They
a
were
top. You go against a top 10 team in run defense without your starting running back, without your fastest receiver. It like there was a lot of things that went wrong.
I mean,
It just shows. It goes to show that like even then, like
That was not
with
on.
all the
That wasn't even
injuries,
on the offense. Even without like all those issues on offense, all the injuries on offense, that game wasn't on the offense. It was on your defense.
yeah, but it just shows like a good run game really helps in general. They couldn't establish the run at all. That was like the first thing I thought about when I was watching. Was like, okay, like what you guys saying, like the first drive looked nice, and then they just could not run the ball anymore. You know, you can't win a game when you're like 31 rush yards. You're not winning that. Like, there's no way.
they're not.
You know, your
That's
But
QB averaging 5 to 6 yards for your like throws, and your longest being 37 yards. You're not winning that.
at the end of the day, it's next man up, and no matter what position you play. Now, onto the defense. The defense looked really bad. Kane Womack
Terrible.
is not a good defensive coordinator. He is a horrible. This was a horrible hire. He came from South Alabama. I think when
It's
they
your first
hired him,
problem.
I think when he was the head coach at South Alabama, like they went like 6-6
every year.
when he was the head coach every year. Okay, him taking that position to be the defensive coordinator at Alabama is probably a bigger deal from where he was the head coach at South Alabama.
It is.
But it was a horrible hire. He probably, I'm gonna say, he was worse than when Pete Golden was at Alabama. And Pete Golden is doing really. Pete Golden has improved at Ole Miss as a defensive coordinator, just in general.
Well, it also helps when
But
the offense scores 80 a game
Yes.
for Ole Miss. So
yeah, it
Bro
also
got
doesn't
tired of
help
losing
that.
to Troy.
Yeah, you had Kane Womack versus Gus Malzahn.
oh,
Yeah.
Malzahn.
Let Alabama could not stop Tommy.
I'll talk about him in a second. We'll end this one.
But
I'll let you keep going.
but like someone said, and I can't remember who said, but if you're jogging on the field and you're not giving 100%, you're not playing the rest of the game. If I was the head coach, you're on the sideline, you're watching. I'm putting in somebody who wants to play.
Yeah.
Emma's culture
So-
is whack.
Yeah.
It's changed. The game against Louisiana Monroe is sold out. I guess Bama fans are not happy right now, and the comments on their page and towards player is just ridiculous. They're spoiled right now. Fans who you either grew up and you were born around this time, met most of these young people you were just basically lucky to have Nick Saban as your head coach, or some of these fans grew up before even Nick Saban was the head coach at Alabama. So
The ones that grew up
it's
before
hard.
Saban was coach know exactly what is about. Know
Yeah.
exactly what's happening.
Shula.
Yeah, Shula.
It's
That's
it's
what
hard
this
to
all I
is.
gotta
really
say.
on any coach though, because I think it's really more so before we can like transition to like talking about Tommy is like where a lot of teams go wrong is hiring outside the SEC. If you're an SEC team, hire from within another team that's at the SEC level because those games they just have a certain connotation compared to someone that's in the Big Ten. You can't really bring in that new culture because it won't work.
He's
And
technically
you see right now.
he's
You
technically
see it right
Pac-12.
now.
He was technically Pac-12. He left. He
Yeah,
left
he's
before
Pac-12,
Washington
yeah.
joined the Big Ten.
But here's the thing. I think Kalen DeBoer is he's from one of the Dakotas, if I remember correctly.
Yes,
Like, he
I'm
was born-
100% sure, but he coached at Fresno before he
And
went
Washington,
to Washington.
So he basically coached on the Pacific Coast. This is the South,
East.
especially in Alabama. Well, yeah, Southeast. This is where, especially in Alabama, where you don't have a lot of professional teams or professional football. College football is a big deal down here. I just don't think he can just coach in the South
South Dakota.
compared to
You can't-
I don't think he can.
9-4 doesn't cut it for Bama. Like it'll cut it
He's
for any
in-
other, not Bama.
I'm
It
just
won't
saying,
cut for LSU either.
he won't cover LSU. Yeah, I'm just saying, like he may have success elsewhere that was probably not in the Southeast,
Yeah.
but This is a big deal, especially for football fans here in the state of Alabama.
Let's go, guys.
100%. All right, Florida State. New defensive coordinator, outstanding, great defensive
Yes.
schemes. He was top 10 in points allowed and top 15 in rush yards allowed at Nebraska last year. Great hire by Norvell. Another great hire. Let's get Malzahn from UCF to come offensive coordinator. Malzahn is outstanding as an offensive coordinator. The last time he was an offensive coordinator, Auburn won the national title. So, and then when he called plays at Auburn, Auburn made the national title. So, like, both times that he's called plays, Auburn was in the natty. He is the coach to beat Bama the most in the Nick Saban era. He beat Bama 5 times. And, like, it's so funny because he was trolling all over social media. Because Malzahn, after the game, posted, "Oh, just like old times, guys," after beating Bama. It's just... And then Bruce Pearl uploaded an AI image of the Gus Bus running a Alabama elephant over. Like the rivalry is absolutely insane. It's hilarious to me. But and then Auburn's quarterback shared a photo of the score on his story. Like everything's just it's the Iron Bowl will heat up quick. I'll tell you that now.
Most
But
definitely.
Tommy Castellanos, awesome quarterback.
My go.
He was awesome.
Stud.
He was really good at Boston College. He was just at Boston College. Now that he's at FSU, he's got national spotlight. Florida State's a national spotlight team. He's got all the talent around him to do whatever he wants. He's got an offensive coordinator that loves running quarterbacks and mobile quarterbacks. He has all the tools and keys to have a Heisman campaign and bring Florida State back from their 2-10 season. That's what I got on FSU. They looked so good. But
Great.
we will figure out if it was FSU's back or Bama just is that bad this year.
FSU is back.
It's
the
probably
coaching, man.
probably that.
It's the
I'm gonna go. We're going with that
Definitely
option
the coaching.
because they look so
Here's a-
much. They
here's a-
look
here's
so
a
much
hot-
better.
Here's a hot take
What's that?
you may not agree with me. You may not agree. Alabama can probably end up going 7-5 or 8-4.
Good.
It's potentially because what you saw Saturday in a hostile environment at Doak Campbell Stadium. You look at Bama's remaining schedule
Athens.
at Georgia, at South Carolina, and Columbia,
At
then at
Auburn.
Auburn, Alabama. Georgia's already a night game. South Carolina can be a night game,
And
and
Auburn
can be a
probably
night
will
game.
be a night game.
So
Not
They're even
good.
6-6.
and LSU is surprised, and LSU can probably go into Tuscaloosa like they did into Clemson and beat.
They could.
And Tennessee looked good Saturday. So there's a lot. Alabama has a tough SEC schedule.
The Tennessee defense doesn't look as good as it should, but
All our
but
players
considering-
are hurt. Like Jamon McCoy, Boo Carter played 5 snaps. 5 flipping
I said
snaps, bro.
I said defense, not your offense. Your offense looks great.
Well, I'm just saying, all our defensive players are hurt.
No, well, you'll be back. You'll be fine. The spread for the Iron Bowl is currently Alabama favored by 5. That has gone down by 8 points. It was Alabama by 14 until Saturday. It is now Bama by 5,
Yeah, that's a steep drop.
and it's going to probably keep dropping, and it might flip if Auburn keeps doing as good as they looked against Baylor.
Yeah. Yeah, Baylor.
So, okay, I'm a quick hit on Miami and Notre Dame. Miami looked honestly pretty good. Their defense is much improved. Notre Dame, their freshman quarterback CJ Carr looked really nice against a decent Miami defense. That was a good game between two really good teams. Carson Beck was not the problem at Georgia, and that was very evident in the game last night. And he played pretty good.
Bad, but he didn't play well. Yeah,
He played good. He made his reads. He made the correct reads. He made dump offs to the running back if he needed to. He was very quick and decisive with it. He looked at one, he looked at two. If it wasn't there, he dumped it off. Like it no mistakes. Did really well. Miami has a 17-year-old receiver. Malachi Tony is Kadarius Tony's
that
little
before.
brother.
Is he the one
No
that did the one-handed
way.
catch?
No, that
Tony,
was
the Tony
CJ.
family can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah, Kadarius Tony's little brother is Malachi Tony. He is 17 years old. He's supposed to be in high school, and he had 80 yards and a touchdown last night. So he looks really good. The one that made a one-handed catch was CJ Daniels. CJ Daniels is an LSU transfer. He played at Liberty. CJ Daniels will also be very, very good for experience and everything. So Miami's got a decent team. It's just will they continue to be as good? Notre Dame should not hit the panic button, but they should also run the ball with Jeremiah Love more. He ran the ball 4 times, and that was it.
Like I said earlier, you got to run the ball in order to win. Like
That's
that's
all.
just called football.
Yeah, honestly, that's all in that game. So now this week, the 2 main games are Oklahoma and Michigan, and then the border war. But an interesting game that I wanted to point out was Illinois playing at Duke. Illinois will probably be a top 10 team tomorrow on Tuesday, whenever the top 25 is released. Going at Duke. Duke has a new quarterback from Tulane that they paid $10 million to have. And Darian Mensah is really, really good. 389 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yes, it was Elon.
Against Elon.
It was Elon, yes, but almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns is still really good. Illinois is only favored by 2.5. Third all-time meeting between the 2 teams. They haven't played each other since 1965. Illinois got a crap ton of returning talent. Their defense is really good. I mean, it's just an interesting trap game, I think.
Mhm.
Anyway, thoughts, Illinois Duke. Because Duke's unranked,
got Illinois taking this one.
Illinois is going to be top 10. So
Luke Altmaier is a very good quarterback. I'm just
Altmaier,
going to say that.
he's good. It's a fun game. I think it's probably will be very defensive because Duke's head coach is Manny Diaz. Manny Diaz came from Miami. He also was the defensive coordinator at Penn State until last year. In his first year as head coach with Duke, he went 9-3. So Duke is kind of being consistent in football while also being consistent in basketball. So
I don't like it.
So that's
I don't
fun.
think anyone does.
But most interesting game of the weekend. Border Wars back. First time since 2011. Kansas and Missouri. Kansas is playing at Missouri. Missouri leads the rivalry 56-55. It is a 1-game difference. The game is in Columbia. And for the first time in 14 years. Missouri recently dipped Kansas in a bowl game and made Kansas play Arkansas instead 2 years ago because they didn't want to play them. They want to do a rivalry. So now they scheduled a home and home for this year and next year. What do y'all think on this game?
Kansas is going to take it.
I can tell you, I like Kansas' quarterback.
But it's like Kansas has a really good wide receiver transfer in Emmanuel Henderson Jr. That man has been an issue for my high school team because we played against him when he was in high school. He was a dog. Then he went to Alabama. Didn't get much playing
that is
time,
him.
but the few times he was on the field, he was solid. Now he's at Kansas. He was recruited as a running back, but he can also play receiver. Kansas has him at receiver. He is going to be an absolute weapon if they utilize him. And their other weapons that team has, Kansas could probably end up skull dragging Missouri, if we can be honest. It's possible.
It's in Columbia, so I'm not 100% sure how it will go. But 2 teams with 2 mobile quarterbacks. Jalen Daniels, of course, he keeps getting hurt for Kansas, but he's back again, trying to stay healthy, trying to get a full, complete season. Every year that he's played, he's been outstanding, and that is not new to this year either. because he has 7 touchdowns and 1 interception already in 2 games. And then Bo Perbula for Missouri played at Penn State last year, transferred to Mizzou.
With
First game,
with
280.
Wagner.
Yeah, I mean, it was, yes, Kansas smoked Wagner, but Kansas has smoked everyone they played. They smoked Fresno State too, and Fresno just killed Georgia Southern. So, like, Kansas defense actually looks really good too. Like, they're much improved. But Perbula for Missouri had 283 yards and 4 total touchdowns because he ran for 1 too after throwing for 3. So that's interesting matchup because you got Coach Drinkwitz on Missouri and then Lance Leipold on Kansas. So this one will be fun because it's the first time since 2011 these two teams have played each other. The players might not know about the rivalry, but the fans sure do, and the fans are going to love having this game back. The fans and the students definitely know about it because of basketball. They play each other every year in basketball. So, but the football players, finally get to experience it on a field. And then college game day is going to Norman, Oklahoma. Michigan will be playing at OU. These two teams have only played once, and it was in 1975. OU has the win. That's it.
Give me Michigan.
Why do you want Michigan?
Bryce.
Bryce Underwood, true freshman quarterback, only
He
missed
looks so good.
10 passes, made great reads. He didn't run as much as he normally does.
And he started everywhere he has been.
Mm-hmm. He didn't run as much as he normally does. He's the number 1 quarterback. He flipped his commitment from LSU to go to Michigan and looked really good in his first thing. I mean, I honestly am probably going to take Michigan as well, but not because of Bryce Underwood. I'm going to take Michigan because of Justice Haynes. Michigan's running back tore up New Mexico. Yes, it is New Mexico, but he made them look like babies, like he was running against a high school team for 160.
Do they still have Blake Corum?
No, he's at LA.
No,
he's with the Rams. Or he's on the Chargers or Rams?
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
He's on the Rams.
He's on the Rams. He don't play.
He's on one of the LA teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets no playing time.
160 yards and 3 touchdowns for Justice Haynes. If Michigan keeps that running attack, they will have a balanced offense and be able to fully play into that. And the fact Michigan's offense last year averaged 90 passing yards a game. This year, in their first game, Underwood gets 250. Completely different team. And their defense is just as good.
Give me Bryce. Captain Bryce.
And then Oklahoma. Home team in this game. They have Washington State transfer John Mateer. Mateer threw for 392 yards, which broke Baker Mayfield's record for most by an Oklahoma quarterback in their debut. And then their receiver, Keontez Lewis, 9 receptions, 119 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's an FCS transfer. He was Mateer's favorite target. They still have Deion Burks. Deion Burks is a senior. He's actually from Michigan. And, of course, Jaden Ott from California transferred there, but he had 1 rush for -3 yards in that game, so I don't know if he got hurt or not. So he might not be playing. But Oklahoma only won 35-3 on Illinois State. That was it.
35-3.
Oklahoma beat Illinois State 35-3.
Run up the score, like at least get 40 points.
It's not great.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
At
least in my opinion. Like when you look at like a program like OU, they're supposed to curb stomp most teams. Like especially offensively speaking, they're supposed to.
Their offense looked great. Their defense was much improved. It's just they didn't score a lot. They had a lot of mistakes. Their offensive line needs help. Their defensive line needs their trench game is where it'll be issues, especially when they go against much larger teams. And you'll probably see it in this game where Michigan just straight dominates them in the trenches and runs all over them. And Haynes goes for like 100 and something yards again. It'll probably happen, which is not a good sign for them come SEC play. Because a lot of SEC teams will run straight up the gut A.
Yeah. Like I said, give me Bryce.
Michigan's, yeah. Okay.
And Bryce, we trust.
I'm going to go around each one of you. We're going to do quick pick'ems, but also, what is a upset pick for this week? Go for it.
Upset. Hold on, let me look at the slate again. I don't forgot.
Yeah, pull one up. I don't care. Who's getting an upset? Who's beating who? I have Duke. Beating Illinois. It's a unranked versus ranked upset, or it'll be an unranked versus top 10. So I think Duke beats Illinois. That's mine.
I'm probably delusional as I'll get out, but give me Troy over Clemson.
I was waiting for one of you to say it.
I will fold my cards and say Troy over Clemson. Not that it will actually happen. I have hope. Troy's nicknamed the Giant Killers for a reason. We have
30
won big games like that in the past.
32-point spread. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if we play like we played against Nicholls State, we're cooked. But,
80-point loss if we play like that.
yep.
Timmy, you have an upset? Do you have
I'm
an
gonna be
upset from this
delusional and
week?
say
I mean, oh, yeah, it could.
I've got an upset that nobody's talking about for some reason. Northern Illinois is beating Maryland.
That's a good one, too. Maryland, I had FAU beating them, and then FAU stuck it up and didn't beat them. So,
My
but
dad played for Maryland, so I'm hoping he doesn't get on YouTube anytime soon.
sorry, pops.
Derek, you have an
I do
upset
not
pick, or
have
you're
one.
looking at things?
I do not have one.
You want to look at the slate and find one, or you're good?
You said in Slade?
Yeah, you want to look at week 2, see if you can find like an upset or anything. That's up to you.
Yeah, I'll look up week 2. Yeah, I'll look up week 2.
I'm gonna we'll do quick picks in a second. Once he figures out who wants us an upset. Another one you should watch is Louisville and JMU. JMU is actually kind of decent. Louisville is good too. That'll probably be a shootout. But Louisville's favored by 14.
Remember, James, you put 70 on North Carolina last year,
And
so
they did, but UNC is not as good as
You
Louisville
know
is
what?
this year.
You know what? I'm going to do it.
What's the one?
Give me LA Monroe.
Yeah.
The tide just keeps flowing, huh? Give me LA.
Happened back in 07. I mean, it could happen.
It happened again in 2025. The big 2025, huh?
It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen.
Happen 18 years later.
yeah, I have a second upset pick to watch.
Which one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's this week, so if it's not, then I'll just push it back to next week. New Mexico beats UCLA because Nico sucks.
Next week. UCLA and UNLV is this
Nico, I'm
week.
gonna leave you.
Oh, well, then UNLV wins this week.
Probably.
I have one more.
Who are
Probably.
they playing this week?
UNLV is playing UCLA
Ooh. That's gonna be a good game.
in Vegas. It's not in LA. It's in Vegas.
I'm taking
UNLV
UNLV.
wins it done. Sure.
UNLV probably wins that.
Give me OSU over Oregon.
Oklahoma State over Oregon's crazy. Actually, that's hilarious.
That's
Where
wild.
where is that game? Is it in Autzen or is it in Stillwater?
Hudson.
Yeah, it's in Eugene. Okay. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know how good Oregon's supposed to be. That's the problem. They're kind of
Oregon has a hostile environment as well.
the
But
Autzen.
it's college football.
The
game of
Autzen
game.
Zoo is crazy, and Oklahoma State looked absolutely terrible. It's Tennessee Martin. So I don't know.
Okay, we're going to go for it.
Here
But
we
I
go
am
for
pissed
it.
on-
You got to make calls. It happens. That's what we're supposed to do. That's how we do this. All right, quick slate. Iowa and Iowa State. Cyhawk Trophy. Who's taking it?
Give me an ISU.
Iowa State. Timmy, who's taking Cyhawk this year?
I'm taking Iowa State, and whatever the spread is for the over-under, I'm hitting the over because Iowa State's finna blow them out of the water.
Yeah, that's Cyhawk. That one is in Ames. Iowa State's the home team. Spread is 3.5 in favor of Cyclones. Cyhawk Trophy,
I'm hitting
Derek.
the over.
You want Iowa or Iowa State?
That's tough, but I'll say Iowa.
Yeah, it's Iowa in that game. I mean, it's a close game. 3.5's a
Yeah.
decent spread. Iowa owns ISU all time. I just do not know how good Iowa is going to be this year. Their quarterback threw for 44 yards in their one game.
How do you throw for 44 yards in
They
your
beat
first game?
Albany 34-7. Iowa plays really weird. They have special teams and defense. They do not play offense. They win by special teams and defense. So
It's the Kurt Ferentz effect.
they also have Hank Brown. Hank Brown transferred from Auburn and from Liberty. So actually he might not be bad. They don't know who their quarterback is yet.
Liberty.
That's the other problem. So I'm
I thought
taking
they started announcing.
they did. They just don't know who he had 44 passing yards. Their running back had 122 rushing yards though. So but I got Iowa State because quarterback play plays a big part in this. Rocco Becht is outstanding. He is really good.
Stud. Heisman candidate for show.
Baylor at SMU.
SMU.
Give me the Bears.
He is Kelvin Jennings. You have Sawyer Robertson. Timmy, Baylor at SMU. Game in Dallas.
I messed up and picked Baylor last week, so I'm gonna mess up again and take them this week because SMU's overrated.
SMU is overrated.
Valid.
I also have Baylor tearing SMU apart because of their passing defense or passing offense with Sawyer Robertson. Louisville, JMU at Louisville. Louisville is favored by 14. This is
Who's their quarterback?
Louisville.
Give me the Dukes.
Louisville's quarterback is
Miller Moss.
Miller Moss. That's his name from USC, Southern Cal.
US.
Miller Moss is really good, and their running back is outstanding too. Louisville put a 60 piece on EKU in the first half.
Oh my gosh.
So that's
Pick.
so I got Bill winning that. I mean, JMU can compete 100%. If JMU wins that game, then they're front runner for Group of Five spot in the playoffs. I just don't know how good JMU is actually going to be this year. Matthew Sluka is their quarterback. He came from UNLV because he was a bum and wanted more money.
You better hope the check don't bounce.
So he went to JMU to follow his coach. And it wasn't 60. The halftime score for Louisville and EKU was 41-7.
That's not even close to 60, bro.
I thought they did. It was the final score is 51-17. It was Texas Tech that put 60 spot up. Texas Tech looked ridiculous. But all right, another game. Illinois at Duke. I have Duke taking it in an upset pick over top 10 Illinois.
I'm taking Illinois for this one.
Timmy, you have Illinois or Duke?
Let Derek go first. I got to think on this one.
I hate Duke mainly because basketball. Illinois. The whole way. The whole
I
way.
hate Duke because of the Birmingham Bowl. So
that game was. I hated every
it
game.
was so bad.
Why? I don't know why I bought tickets.
But
I don't know what I was doing.
Come on, do we even have? Think about it. They've caused nothing but pain and problems, guys. Come on.
Yeah, you're not wrong. They beat Auburn a couple of times.
On top of that, Daniel Jones, he's from Duke and he didn't pan out. So
true.
I don't like Duke.
Illinois Duke.
All right. I think it's going to be 45-21 Illinois.
That's a lot. It's only a 2-point spread. Do you think Illinois can score that much? That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you.
And all passing touchdowns. Every touchdown of this game will be a passing touchdown.
All right.
Not a single rushing touchdown.
And Border War. KU at Missouri.
Give me the Jayhawks.
Yeah, it's Jayhawks and Jalen Daniels taking this. I also have Kansas beating Missouri on the road. I do not think Missouri is that good this year.
Yeah, Jayhawks.
You don't think Missouri's that good this year, but I'm going to tell you something. I know Missouri sucks. Eli Drinkwitz is going to be on the hot seat when they get shut out by Jalen Daniels and the Jayhawks.
KU's winning that game. And then game of the week, Michigan at OU. Some of us have already touched on who we think is going to win, so go ahead.
And then Bryce.
Bryce Underwood. Derek has Michigan, and Bryce
He ain't
Underwood.
underdog. He ain't no underdog. He an overachiever.
Let me see the spread on that game. I'm actually interested. So yeah, Michigan, Bryce Underwood.
Covering it.
All right, who else? Who else has Michigan or OU?
I'm gonna play my cards.
In Michigan, I'm not very fond of, so this is going to be a very biased pick. They took Hyder from us, so they can flip off. They cost us the playoffs in 2022. So I'm taking Oklahoma out of bias and hate.
Fair enough. Boomer Sooner.
As an
Over here from
avid
Timmy.
Michigan hater, give me the Sooners.
He is also a boomer.
Are you kidding me right now?
My grandparents all graduated on my dad's side, all graduated from Oklahoma. I have Boomer Sooner blood running in me, technically,
Don't do it.
but they suck.
Don't do the funny. Thank you.
Their offensive line is not as good, and it will get exposed in this game against a much stronger Michigan defensive line. And Justice Haynes is going to run all over OU defense. I have Michigan winning in Norman with an upset, technically, because Oklahoma is favored by 5, even though Michigan is higher ranked. But I have UM. So that has been our picks for this week, and that has been us discussing the previous games and talking about the 3 big games of week 2. Week 2 is a little more boring, but we do have Border War and Michigan and Oklahoma. So those 2 games should be exciting and interesting. Usually when there's a boring week, something crazy will happen. So next week's episode, if something crazy happens, we will talk about it. So
Trojans by 90.
if that happens, that will be the crazy that we will talk about. I will be at that game. I will be at that game. I'm going to Clemson on Friday. I will be there at Saturday. So
I want to talk about this before the episode ends. I need to talk about something
quick.
So after I left the ETSU game, Cade McNamara and Jacoby Brissett Jacoby Criswell are both great FCS quarterbacks. ETSU is going to be a team to watch, by the way. I went and hate watched the Utah game and the UCLA game. I won't hate watch Utah. Tennessee won the quarterback trade, and it's not even like close. Nico is trash, and Joey Aguilar looked very good. So
yeah, he
there
really
you go.
did. He really did.
And on that note, if something crazy happens this week, we will talk about it next week. This has been episode 3. Thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next week as we go through more.